Greetings, voyagers. Well, we made it back to Salem in one piece. Feels pretty good to be back. Nothing much has changed while we were away. A lot of things have changed with us. Today, well, we got back. Today is Tuesday, March 10th. And we got back on Sunday afternoon. So I've been busy since we got back. There's a lot of loose threads to tie up and things. First thing I had to do was go to my storage unit, and take all that extra stuff out of the van that I don't need anymore for a while. Like the lawn chairs and that 5-gallon jug of water. What else? The 2-gallon spray bottle that we used a few times for showering, campsite showering, and some miscellaneous other stuff. So I got a bunch of stuff out of the van, which has freed up some space. What else did I do yesterday? I went and gathered my mail. I had a bunch of it. And some good news, some not. I'm having problems with Bank of America insisting that I get a verifiable address. When I opened our bank accounts when we were in Santa Fe, they let us use our old address, the ghetto address, because we had no other. Our mailing address here in Salem is a personal mailbox, and that's not a verifiable address. However, when I got my license in South Dakota, my license is now one of those, what they call real IDs. As far as South Dakota is concerned, the personal mailbox that I rented in Sioux Falls is a verifiable address, because that's the address that I have on my driver's license with the little gold star up in the right-hand corner. That means it's a real ID. So South Dakota recognizes my personal mailbox in Sioux Falls as a verifiable address. Bank of America does not. They told me when I opened the account that even though I used our old residential address, that I would have to update that within 3 months. It's coming up to 3 months now. So I tried to update it with the recognized verifiable address in South Dakota, and Bank of America won't accept it. This really sucks. It means that if you're homeless, which technically we are, the federal code, U.S. federal code, says that if you sleep in a place that is not intended for usual habitation, then you are homeless. So we are homeless. If you are homeless, you cannot open a bank account. And that's just one more way that the government is keeping poor people down. I know it's a reaction to 9/11, but they weren't thinking all the way through. What about homeless people? What can they use as a verifiable address? So I'm luckier, I'm more fortunate than some people. I do own property. I have my little place up in northern Maine. Now it's not habitable per se. I mean, I can stay there in the good weather, but it has no electricity, has no heat, has no insulation. I never even got a pump on the well that I had drilled. You could go up there. It has an outhouse. You could go up there and live in good weather, but you certainly couldn't stay there through the winter. You would perish. But at any rate, I do have a physical structure. It's only 2 rooms. It's built upon the land, as a house is, so I can use that as a verifiable address. The only problem is that piece of property that I have up there has never had a street address. It has no number. It's not, 37 such and such road in northern Maine. There's no number. So I just called the post office up there, and I asked if I could get a number for my house. And the woman who answered She's actually the wife of the guy that I hired to help me build the place up there. But she said she didn't know how to do that, so I have to call back tomorrow and talk to somebody else who will know how to do that. I need to get a number assigned to my house, and then I can use that as a verifiable address. But I think it really sucks that homeless people cannot open a bank account. There's something really wrong with that setup. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm damn lucky. I mean, I would imagine that if I didn't get a verifiable address soon, that Bank of America might close out my account. Then what would I do? I can't open another one anywhere else. No bank is going to do it if you don't have a verifiable address. And it's not like you can go and stay in a motel and show for a night and show a receipt for one night's rent or even a week or even a month. They're going to want to see some kind of permanent, like a lease. They were telling me I needed to sign a lease at an RV park. I said, lady, I am all done renting. I live in a van, and I am done renting. I'm done with landlords paying rent and living with neighbors from hell. I said, I'm not going to rent a place. I'm done with that. So, I mean, they would want to see a long-term lease, like a 1-year lease or a 6-month lease at an RV park or from a landlord in an apartment or something. No way. But at least I have this out. I can get a number for my house up in Maine, my little property up there. I will get a number for it. And then I will update my Bank of America address. They probably still won't approve it because I don't know. There's never been a number on that street for that particular location. So I don't know how they're going to get to recognize it. I just don't know. What bothers me is that the state of South Dakota gave me a real ID and they're not supposed to do that without a verifiable address. South Dakota recognizes my personal mailbox. So it's a quandary, a conundrum. What else has been going on? So I had my excise tax bill in the mail, and it was due yesterday. And I just went through my mail last night. So I went to the city hall today. Excise tax for my vehicle. They want $65. I think it was $68 for 2020, for the year 2020. Well, I only registered the van here for 9 weeks, so I'm due an abatement. So I went down to City Hall. I told them what was going on. They said, you have to get a receipt for your old Massachusetts license plates from the Registry of Motor Vehicles. I said, oh my God, does that mean I have to drive all the way over to Revere and stand in line just to get a receipt to turn in my plates? And she said, no, you can do it online. So it took a while. It was torturous. They don't make it easy to navigate to these places online, but I got it done. And they gave me a new excise tax bill for $5.29. So I just saved myself about $60 on that excise tax. And I went and got some new razor blades for my scraper. And I'm going to scrape that thing off today. And I'm going to film that. I want to get that. That's a turning point, man. That's a milestone. I am done paying excise taxes and getting annual inspections on my van. So, yeah, I've been taking care of business. What else did I have to do? I had to pay some bills. I had to close out my account with the credit union that I had for 21 years. I'm not going to miss it that much, really. About the only benefit I ever really got from that was if I used an ATM that was out of the network and they charged me $2.50 or $3, whatever, my credit union would pay me back those ATM fees every month. Whoop-de-doo. A couple of times I applied for loans from them, small loans, a couple thousand, few $1,000s to buy a used car, and they turned me down. Long-time customer. Well, that's because I have no credit history. I have zero credit history. I cut up my credit cards 35 years ago, and I've been living debt-free ever since. So I have no credit history, and they wouldn't lend me money. My own credit union where I'd been all those years. So it didn't break my heart to close that up. But I had gotten a couple of overdrafts. When I set up my Bank of America account, I had to change the numbers, the routing numbers and the bank account numbers on the vendors who do automatic withdrawal from my bank account to pay bills. Like my car insurance, the storage unit that I rent here in Salem, and one or two other things. So I changed all those numbers, and apparently I didn't change them soon enough because I got hit by a couple of overdrafts on my credit union account. So I had to go in and pay them to close out the account. It was only $100, not too bad, because there was the overdraft amount, and then it was $35 each for each overdraft charge for each incident. There were 2 incidents. So that turned out to be only $100. Not too bad. So I'm taking care of business. And yeah, and I've stockpiled food. I'm really getting paranoid about this coronavirus. I stockpiled as much food as I could possibly fit in the van for right now. I got a cardboard box full of tools and stuff like that I'm going to put down in my storage unit to make room for more food and supplies in case I have to self-quarantine for a couple of weeks. But it's not, self-quarantine isn't going to help us because we still need to shower. We can't go for 14 days without a shower, man. That's just not healthy. So, but I'm not sick. No need to get tested. Not experiencing any symptoms. So for now, everything's good. Everything's good. But when I do go back into the library to do some editing, I'm going to take these. I have those disinfectant wipes, and I'm going to wipe down the surface of the tabletop, and I'm going to wipe down the chair before I even sit down there. It's those disinfectant wipes that will kill viruses. So, yeah, I'm going to be carrying around a bottle of that in my backpack. And that's about it from here for now. Sometime soon, if I don't get sick, I'll be posting some edited videos. We're parking under the bridge across the river at night now because I'm afraid to park in Salem overnight. The police are going to give us trouble, even though we're legally allowed to do it. I have to see an attorney about guardianship for my son. We're going to be dealing with that soon. We have to go back, make another court appearance. And he's going to put me in touch with an attorney who can help me with the police harassment. So I want to take care of that. I suppose if I wanted to park on the streets overnight in Salem, I could just put signs up on the windows saying coronavirus inside, stand back. I don't know if that would work. Probably not. But anyway, another problem to deal with. But we shall see. I'm still very much... I have to get the van... Oh, geez, I'm running out of time. I got to get the van... I got to get the wheels aligned because I hit a lot of rough spots in Indiana. And I want to make sure the wheels are aligned. Oh my God, I got about 20 seconds left. And then I'm going to find out if there's enough corrosion to bother putting a new engine in it. And if there is, I'm going to consider putting a new engine in it. But hey, that's it for now, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends.